I was in the United States Army for 6 years, 4 months, and 23 days. And I was a combat engineer. And my job description was building bridges with demolition and stuff of that nature, supporting the infantry, in other words. Well, it was really rough because I was getting a whole lot of bad information on what you could file and what you could not file. And, I was just given bad information from other veterans saying you had to be, in this kind of environment and that kind of environment, and just didn't know. I kept on running into roadblocks with bad information. And so I decided to actually, I was filling out, I was looking on Facebook, on social media, and I was filling this thing out, the information form out. And as soon as I hit, finished filling it, it was within seconds, Trajectory called me about, my information. And so I was kind of hesitant to use a Trajectory from the beginning, but then I spoke to my nephew, which he had used Trajectory. And I asked him, has he ever heard of him? He said, well, man, you know what? That's exactly who I use. And that's what made me feel really easy about using them. And then immediately I got on the phone and called them back. And as they went on and took my case, they set me up for an appointment. And then they took my case. And, I was just elated for, how quickly they called me. Well, one thing I can truly say for Trajectory, they, initially, when I first talked to one of your representatives, they told me, said, we know how to connect the dots. And it's turned out to be 100% true. They know how to connect the dots. Going through the VA, it takes so long because, a lot of veterans don't know how to word their problem they have with the VA. And so, therefore, Trajectory knew how to word everything. They knew how to, like I say, dot all I's and cross all T's. So that wasn't a question. They'll call you back and say, what do you mean about this? Because it was already on paper. I mean, it was spelled out just as plain as it could be. Well, see, I was at a 0% from the beginning. And you see, with Trajectory, and I got a 90% rating off, that was my a 90% from the beginning, and I'm still working on two. They still process, and so I mean, I don't know what my rating might be after that, but I went from a 0 to 90. Oh man, I can't describe it. It was just great because I'm gonna tell you what I did. I logged on to my VA account that Saturday morning, and I mean, I was at the laptop, at home, and when I pulled it up saying 90%, man, my wife was asleep. I had to wake her up to let her know, man, come look at this.